You're listening to The Brown Couch Show, where addiction, recovery, real life, and all the bullshit in between collides. If you're somewhere between rock bottom and figuring it the fuck out, or loving someone who is, take a breath and sit with me. Let's talk about the shit nobody wants to talk about. I'm Brandon Andrew, but most people just call me B. I've pissed away time, walked through addiction, and battled demons, but was grateful enough to have come out on the other side with a story worth sharing. Now I'm sitting here on this ugly ass brown couch just trying to make sense of it all. For me, and maybe for you too. Reminding myself that even the most fucked up moments can make for one damn good story. Sit back, relax, and enjoy The Brown Couch Show.
What is up, you beautifully broken, trying your best motherfuckers? Welcome back to The Brown Couch Show. I'm your host, Brandon Andrew, but most people call me B. You're going to need to grab a blanket, get some emotional support snacks, and hunker down, because we're diving deep into depression today, baby. We're talking about that sneaky, soul-suffocating depression that creeps in after you get sober. Yeah, the part that nobody fucking talks about. Most people, and myself included, always seem to want to talk about the rock bottom, if you will. The blackout nights, the arrests, the terrible stories, the liver failure. But nobody wants to talk about the shit that happens to you after the fact. After you've changed your life, you've got your shit in order. Now what? Your emotions are rampant, dog. You and I both know that when people stop clapping after our 90-day mile marker, shit doesn't get any sweeter. After the I'm proud of you text stop, when it's just you and your thoughts, you begin to become sad as fuck. That's the come down. The pink cloud, or silver lining, if you will. That early recovery high, where life feels absolutely amazing. You're starting to experience things for the first time. You're starting to talk to people you haven't connected with in forever. And everything sort of just seems shiny and good again for once in your life. And what's left of it all is just you. You and yourself alone. And let me tell you guys something. When I got sober, I really did think that was going to solve every issue I had. I thought everything was just going to start connecting and popping into place how it was meant to be. I thought my brain was going to respawn like some Call of Duty game or something. But literally after 6 months of being sober, I felt like I was walking through molasses. I was literally stuck. I did not know whether to go forward, left, right, stay where I was, or do I just relapse? That's the easiest thing, right? And over time, I literally couldn't laugh. I couldn't cry. I couldn't have any sort of emotion. I was literally numb to everything. And on top of that, you add the medicines that us recovering addicts and people with mental health issues take. It just amplifies the numbness. And once you're numb and really start to think about things, you start to get mad and pissed. You're like, why did I give up this life of fun, booze, drugs, numbing agent for this? To feel full of emptiness and worry and doubt and shame and guilt. I was pissed, man. I gave up booze for this? For sadness without sedation? What the fuck? But what I didn't realize when I was going through it is addiction was just a bandage for the already predetermined depression I had. Underneath was all this processed grief and trauma, disappointment, failure, shit that I honestly just never dealt with, dude. So if anything, sobriety didn't cause my depression, it just revealed it. And you can ask any recovering addict that once you become sober, society kind of tells you this lie that you're basically healed in the eyes of other people. You're normal again. You've ridded all your bad habits and toxic ways. But healing is honestly slow and boring and honestly lonely. It's sitting on the couch at 3 a.m. with your dog weeping, just wondering if you're okay, if you're normal, if what you're feeling or not feeling is all right. And you do this thing that every recovering person does. You have that question of doubt. Did I ever really get better? Do people actually see the change that I've made? Or was I just so distracted with everything that I was trying to consume in my life and take in as a newly sober person? Because there's literally times that I was so fucking depressed, dude, that I would not shower for 4 or 5 days and I would not eat. I would go on these fasts where I just literally didn't eat anything, and then I would just binge and gorge, and I developed this nasty just sleeping routine. I would go to bed at 4 a.m. and wake up at 7, and I would do all this just to try to cope with the new thoughts and emotions I was having. I was just depressed. And when it really hits you for that first time, you don't know how to deal with it other than your past, what you did to deal with that depression. And I remember I literally had to drag myself out and about. I had to put myself in those uncomfortable situations. I had to literally force myself to make eye contact with people and rewire my brain to learn how to have the right emotions for the right situations. I wasn't depressed all the time. My brain was literally just telling me I was because I didn't know what the hell I was feeling. And literally just my determination to kind of want to fit into normal society again and me forcing myself to do all these things, that is literally what saved me. It wasn't some month to month chip. It wasn't some day to day meeting. It was me waking up every morning and rewiring my thought process, realizing that it's okay to be sad or have lack of emotion. It doesn't mean you're depressed or you're stuck. You just haven't learned how to deal with that emotion yet. And I'll be the first one to tell you guys that being depressed and feeling sad doesn't mean you're failing sobriety. It does not at all. It means that you're fucking alive and you're feeling shit again. So go ahead and dab yourself up and pat yourself on the back because you're at least 90% farther than other people in their recovery journey. So from now on, I want you guys to try something. When you have even the slightest remote feeling of depression, do this. Message someone. Message your closest friend, family member, coworker. It doesn't matter. Just message them. Say hi. It doesn't even have to be about your depression. Just engage in that human interaction, that back and forth chit chat to get your mind on something else and realize that there's people out there that are willing to be friends with you and talk about things like this. If that doesn't work, try writing some poems, writing shit down on paper, whether it's lyrics, a blog, it does not matter. Write it down, tear it up, burn it, do anything to it. But I'm telling you, that sense of power over those words can break depression. And my favorite, guys, don't get me started, dude. Going outside. Being surrounded by plants, nature, green is literally been proven, scientifically proven, to have a positive effect on your brain. It gets rid of anxiety, depression, stress. So when you're feeling so depressed that you just isolate and sit on the couch, force yourself to get up, go outside, take a walk, take a couple pictures of the sky. Just do something that is different than sitting inside a 8x8 room. And if you're sober and you're still sad and you're still depressed and you still just cannot figure it the fuck out, you're not alone, dude. It takes people time. Time is the key word in everything that comes up in recovery and addiction. Time, time, time. Depression after addiction is real. Anybody that tells you it's not is fucking lying to you. And it doesn't mean that you're going backwards. It means you're finally standing still long enough to feel what's underneath. And yes, sometimes it is dark as fuck. But I can almost guarantee you have been through something darker in your journey of addiction. Can we just keep it a buck? You made it out of hell. This is literally just the part where you live in the daylight. And remember, y'all, you are not alone. I will say it as many times as I have to. I created this podcast to create a safe space for people to talk about the shit that nobody really likes to talk about. And I really do want to hear from you guys. Down below in the description is actually a link that you can sign up to be a part of or on the Brown Couch Show, whether you have stories of trials and triumph, just need to talk, or kind of want to help out with the production of the podcast. I would really like to hear from you guys. And like I said, that link is down in the description. And before you take off from the Brown Couch, I really do appreciate it if you drop a like, comment, and a subscribe. It goes a long way with the algorithm. And like I said before, feeding me the motivation to keep doing this for you guys. Until then, I will see you guys again next week on the Brown Couch Show.